are the #1 women's curling team in the world, right? And represent Canada on the Olympic stage.
Well, they are all here to talk about their curling experience and also to show us how to play the game. So please don't go anywhere because that's going to be fun. Please welcome to the social. We've got Rachel Homan, Tracy Fleury, Emma Miskew, and Sarah Wilkes. Team Homan!
Okay, first of all, let us just say it is an honor to have you ladies here. Thank you so much for joining us. But I have a very silly question right off the bat. Okay, so I watch curling and you guys are not wearing skates, but you're on ice. So how do you not slip on the ice?
It's a great question.
Okay, good.
It happens sometimes. Okay. Yeah, I do it probably twice a year.
Okay.
Yeah. But
so how do you not slip on the ice?
we do have special shoes and they're like grippy on the bottom, so it makes it easier to walk on the ice. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we have that answered. That's
Yes.
that's a great one to start with.
Question, but I had to ask.
So Emma, we caught a video where you describe superstitions before a game. Why don't we first take a look?
I'm definitely getting a little bit superstitious about what colors on my nails for what games. So I had to get my nails painted before our game started that afternoon. Now on the way to the game, and unfortunately due to superstitions, again, our camera lady cannot hop into the car with us, so she will have to meet us at the arena.
Okay, so tell us about the superstitions, how they originated, and clearly they work. This is science, right?
We think so. It's definitely a comfort thing. I think all athletes have some sort of superstitions. I think it's just comfortable. Like we know going into an event, like we can't control very much, but we can control where we sit in the car. So we do that. We have our playlist. The songs have to be the same, pre and post game. And going to Worlds last year, 2 years ago in Sydney, going into the parking lot, the first day we got there for our first game, Sarah had to get out of the car and move a pylon out of the way in order so that we could park. And then every game after that, we had to do the same thing. She had to get out of the car and move a pylon so we could park every single game.
Come on.
I had to keep the door open though. One time I shut it and we lost, and that was a whole thing.
And it was a whole thing.
Yeah, so I kept it open.
Sorry, so your key to winning Worlds, the World Championships, was a pylon.
Yeah.
Yes, I think
Just
that
for clarification.
Yeah,
It's the moving of the pylon.
Okay.
exactly. The whole process.
Okay, all right.
All right, let's talk about something that's actually really impressive. You guys say curling is one of the few sports where gender is equal. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, we're really fortunate in curling to have equal prize money amongst the men and the women. So our tour events and our national championship, and also our attendance and TV viewership are comparable as well. And this past season, we had the opportunity to play a Battle of the Sexes game against the top men's team in the world. So that made a really fun charity event.
That's awesome. What do you think it is about curling that resonates with fans and athletes so much?
I think curling is a sport that just has everything. It has strategy, it has athleticism, precision, great teamwork, and it also has athletes that are really down to earth and relatable, and that really resonates with people.
Absolutely.
You know, speaking of equal opportunity for women, 3 out of the 4 members of the team are moms, 2 young kids. Rachel, you actually returned to the sport only weeks after giving birth.
Wow.
And some people will say, you know what, motherhood, maybe this is a competitive, look how it's a competitive disadvantage, but what do you have to say to that?
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. I think it presents a lot of challenges, a lot of sacrifices, and we've had an incredible, record-breaking last 2 seasons for the last 2 years, and on the podcast, they asked me, what's been different? Why have you been able to perform at such a high level? And I said, well, I haven't been pregnant for 2 years, so that's helpful. But I played 8 months pregnant and had to get treated after every single game.
Wow.
And, just to try and come back and still compete at that same level, you're not able to train the way you would want to for maybe 6 to 8 months. So that takes a toll. And then trying to perform at that level, comes with sacrifices and injuries and things like that. So it's definitely a challenge, but thankfully we have a huge support, at home, and the team is a huge support, and we kind of lean on each other to try and get through those times.
Look at all the babies.
Oh, I will say this has got to be one of the secret weapons to success. Like, come on. Okay, well, we can't have the best curlers in the world and not put us through our paces. But first, why don't we head to the center and see how the pros do the curling and take us through how we do this. So why don't we start with equipment? Okay, what's the stuff in curling called?
Yes. We've got rocks here that we throw at houses.
And that's the house?
Yeah, we call it house or rings.
Yeah, we've got the middle circle there, that's called the button. That is how we score. So the closest to the button, however many rocks are close to that button, score points. But you can remove the other team's rocks. You can hit them out. So that's where at the end of all the rocks, whoever's closest to that button scores.
Okay, and what do you have in your hand there?
This is a broom. This helps rocks go straighter and farther.
Okay, we love it. Okay.
All right, so give us an example, because we're going to try it out, but first we want to see you guys do it, see how the pros do it.
It's a little different because we're not on ice.
Okay. Yes,
so you're not going to fall.
Right.
Okay.
In your heels. So Tracy's giving me a target to aim at. So in curling, you either rotate it clockwise or counterclockwise, because in curling, there are no kind of straight lines. The rocks curl to the target.
And that's
Hence
where the
curling.
That's why it's called curling.
I had no idea. What? I know, all this time. Okay, so how do we do it? How do we do it?
Okay, so I'd be aiming at Tracy's target, and then I would rotate the rock towards where I want it to go.
Okay.
In the end, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
That's good.
Not bad.
I have one more question though. I always hear hurry hard. Why are they saying that? What does that mean?
So Emma's going to sweep the next one.
Okay.
And hurry hard is like a cue for the sweepers to know when to sweep.
Okay.
Because sweeping makes it go straighter and further.
Okay.
But as sweepers, we can't see the line.
Okay.
So Tracy or Rachel will yell that at us.
All right, let's hurry hard.
Now it's time for us to try it.
No,
Okay.
yeah, throw yours quickly. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right, now.
Okay, we got to do this.
We
You
gotta
ready?
try- you're
okay,
up,
we
you're
don't
up
have a lot
first.
of time, but I feel confident.
Oh, I have to sweep. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Now,
ready.
I feel like.
Ready.
Okay, I'm gonna try to push theirs out of the way and then get into the button.
Do it. I
ready?
got you. I'm gonna hurry
ready?
hard. Hurry hard! Nice. Okay.
Okay, Andrea, you go. Okay, you go. Do I try? Do I try?
Yeah. Okay, so wait. I don't know if this is a proper stance.
I don't know what I did. I don't know if I helped you or not. Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah. Go.
Nice. Did we do something?
You did it.
Yeah.
You did it.
One more.
Okay, let's go here.
This is not how curling works, but we're gonna try this. Okay,
I'm gonna stick to my left. All right,
here we go.
this is my curling stance.
Yes.
Stay.
Good one. Good job.
No.
Just a little practice. A little practice.
I mean, I don't know how the math works, but I think we did okay.
You did it.
We did good. We did good.
You won.
Okay, Team Homan, what an honor to play with you. Thank you for being here. Congratulations. What a treat. Now, you can be the smartest one at the party. Now you know what curling means, okay?
Yes.
Why don't we take a break, everybody? That's hard.
That was very
We're
hard.
gonna get our breath back. We'll be back right after this.
What's the proper
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.